Hey house guests, welcome to today's BB15 updates and spoilers. Our house guest of the day is ALRAC, aka Carla. Oh, I just realized it's Carla backwards. OTEV. Okay, so first I want to say, I feel really, really bad that this is your first season watching. That sucks, because this is one of the worst seasons of all time. So I hope that you don't think all of the seasons are like this. So just hang in there, buddy. She wants to know, why was everyone so afraid to make a big move and get out like Amanda or Helen all throughout the game? You know what? I think casting made a mistake this season. They chose a lot of people that didn't really care about playing the game. They came on this show to get noticed, to have a showmance, to not work for a summer. So I think people just didn't really care. And also they just didn't know what they were doing. So I think that played a big part in it. And she also wants to know, is the Big Brother house like an open air set, or is it all in a studio? I believe the house is part of a studio, but I'm pretty sure that the backyard is like open air. But they are on the CBS lot, but it is open in the backyard most of the time. Okay, so last night, I want to give you guys a quick recap just in case. Amanda was evicted first after Gina Marie broke the tie. Then McCrae won the HOH, and he broke his word to Alyssa because he put her on the block next to Gina Marie. And he said this week with Amanda, if Alyssa voted to keep Amanda, they would protect her. I don't think it's keeping her very safe by putting her on the block. Do you, McCrae? So that happened. And then Judd won the veto, and he didn't use it. And I'm not that surprised, but at the same time, Alyssa could have easily gotten rid of him the week that he came back from the jury. So it was kind of a crappy move, especially since he told her that he was working with her and stuff. But at the same time, I could see how it would have messed up his game with the exterminators, because his only other target was McCrae, and McCrae couldn't go up on the block. So it's crappy, but it is what it is. So Alyssa was evicted by a unanimous vote, and I just felt really bad the way that she went out. It was all bleh, and the way that they were like attacking her, and I don't know if she didn't want to hug people or if people weren't really going for the hug, so she was just like, I'm gonna walk out, because it didn't look like they were like walking over to hug her. It was like awkward, so I felt bad about that. But yeah, these people are awful. This is probably the worst Final Five ever, and I think we should all call them the Turd Herd. Let's just talk about who we have here. We have McSloth, we have Code Red / Rat, we have Pig, which is Spencer, Dud, that's pretty obvious, and Racist / Fatal Attraction. So it's really a great crew. I can't decide who to root for. So they were all basking in their short-lived glory, because they keep forgetting, guess what? You have an alliance of 4 people, and there are 5 people left, so it's gonna get ugly. But then, now that Alyssa was gone, they were just letting everything fly, and they were just bashing the crap out of Alyssa. It was disgusting. I'm not gonna repeat everything that they were saying, because it was just, ugh, makes me want to puke. But they were like, oh, I'm so glad that Alyssa's out of the house because she was an absolutely horrible person, and America must just be so thankful that we got rid of her. And Spencer was like, I won't pull down my pants and poop on stage on finale night if Alyssa wins America's favorite player. You go ahead and do that. I hope she does win. So Spencer was kicking Alyssa's suitcase around last night, because it is the responsibility of the house guests to pack the person's stuff when they get evicted during a double eviction, because they don't know who's going, so they don't have time to pack. I don't blame Alyssa for asking if she could pack real quick. Obviously she couldn't, but at the same time, I wouldn't want people like that touching my stuff, and this is just proof. So seriously, their grubby paws were all over her things. They were like going through things that were already in her suitcase and like making fun of her. But then I think Gina Marie ended up packing most of her stuff, and I think she was like pretty respectful about it. But It was just disgusting. Yeah. So later on in the night, they had the second HOH competition of the evening, and it was kind of weird because usually when they have competitions going on during the evening, they have it all squared away before Big Brother After Dark starts, but this time they didn't. And it was obvious that they were, like, not really sure what to do. So Big Brother After Dark comes on, and it's very, very quiet, and all you see is Andy the Rat walking around, shuffling cards, doing this on the table. He must have been eliminated early in the competition, and they were like, get in the house now and do something at least semi-entertaining, which it wasn't. But, so that went on for a while, and it was really, really boring. So then Judd was the next one eliminated. He came in the house, and then they went outside after a few minutes, and the cameras cut to the fish in the HOH room. Really, just riveting TV. So the competition was over about 45 minutes into Big Brother After Dark, and Spencer won the HOH. I just threw up in my mouth, literally. I threw up in my mouth. So the competition was something with puzzles and the house guest faces. I don't think it was necessarily the morph competition because they were saying, like, oh, I wonder if we're still going to have that. So I think it was, like, some variation of that, but it wasn't the morph competition that we've seen in the past. But there were also some rewards and punishments involved in this competition. It's almost like Big Brother realized that everyone really hates this cast, so they were like, oh, we better throw some punishments in there. So everyone who didn't win HOH got either a reward or a punishment, and I'm pretty sure Spencer was doling them out. So let's get to those. Gina Marie and McCrae are, they're stuck together. Stuck on you. Okay, so they're like, it's not handcuffs, it's like that long chain. They've used it before, so they have to wear that for 24 hours. Andy got some money, or at least an opportunity to win some money, and the house guests were uncertain of the amount at first, and then it came out later on that he has the chance to win up to $5,000 in a competition that will happen today. It did happen, and we'll get there. So he was the only one that got a reward, and Judd got like this exercise punishment where he has to do these exercises that Big Brother tells him over the loudspeaker for 24 hours. So they were like, Judd, do 15 push-ups. And then they would kind of like yell at him. So it was kind of like Big Brother Drill Sergeant. So the only person that got a reward was Andy. I think that's very telling. I would be thinking about that if I were in the house, but I'm not. So McCrae was the HOH last night for like 15 minutes, so he did get an HOH basket, and he got a letter from his sister, which he was reading out loud, but then he just got so emotional and he couldn't finish reading it out loud. He's like, sorry guys, it's too deep. I'm going to read it to myself. So he also got some food, and he got a shirt that his ex-girlfriend made for him. It would have been funnier if Amanda was still in the house when he got that. I would have loved to see her reaction. I also would have loved to see her reaction to McCrae being chained to Gina Marie, but I mean, you can't always get what you want, so whatever. McCrae doesn't really seem that upset that Amanda's gone. He was crying like a baby when Judd left, but he was telling everyone in the house last night, you know what, don't hold back about Amanda, talk crap about her, I don't care, it's cool. He wasn't crying or anything, it was just, you could tell he's over it. And it's kind of funny, but at the same time, it's kind of sad. So then Spencer had his HOH room reveal, and he had his manly snacks with, like, lunch meats and stuff. Whatever. Some clothes. Thank God. I hope he wears something other than that freaking annoying blue shirt. Like, I'm so sick of it. I think he has two of the same shirt, and he just switches back and forth. I don't know if he even washes them, but he switches them back and forth. He got some pictures of his family and himself, like when he was younger, and beardless. He got like a mold of his dog's paw print, so I guess he really loves his dog. And last but not least, a letter from Marilyn, who he has been talking about all season, but no one could, like, find her on the internet. So we were all thinking, like, is this a real person? I thought maybe it was like a Lars and the Real Girl kind of situation. I wasn't believing that this was a real thing. So turns out Marilyn is real, but I think that's even worse because now I'm thinking, why is this girl with this guy? So he also got a Nirvana CD. Okay, Dave Grohl. So Andy had his challenge today to try to win $5,000, but he sucked, and he only won $94. Boo-hoo. So Spencer's plan this week is to nominate McCrae and Gina Marie, and McCrae is the target because he is not a member of the Exterminators. And if McCrae, by some chance, wins the power of veto, the plan is to put up Judd as the replacement nominee and boot him. Because I guess they feel like it's not fair that he got to come back after being evicted once already. I guess. Whatever. But at the same time, I could see McCrae coming off the block and convincing them, like, oh, we should definitely do Final Four Boys Alliance. Blah. And then they would just boot Gina Marie. I could definitely see that happening. So you never know. But Spencer and Andy had an interesting conversation today. Spencer was like, Andy, I know that I can't beat you in the Final Two, but I want to take you anyway. Are you kidding me? That is so lame. You play the crappiest, like, most disgusting, boring, whatever game all season, and then you're just going to take someone to the Final Two that you know will beat you. That is so lame. If you're going to be a loser all season, don't blow it in the last week. Get rid of him and take someone you know you can beat because you're a loser anyway. So that's just how I feel about that. Nominations were today, and Spencer ended up putting McCrae and Gina Marie on the block just like he said, but he pulled Gina Marie aside. He was like, yeah, you're safe, whatever. So don't forget, it kind of got lost in the mix last night with all the craziness, but I believe Julie said that someone's going to be going home next week on Wednesday's episode. Which will probably actually happen on Tuesday. That's usually how they've done it in the past, but we'll see. And tomorrow we'll have the power of veto, and we're gonna hang in there. So until next time, much love.